Imagine walking through a lush forest, sunlight filtering through the leaves, when you spot a land snail. But beware, this seemingly harmless creature could signal a looming crisis. Many dismiss snails as mere garden nuisances, yet a hidden danger lurks beneath this misconception. Ignoring the emotional intelligence needed for land snail conservation can have dire consequences for these vulnerable beings. Picture a conservationist armed with data advocating for land snail protection but neglecting to engage the local community. This disconnect breeds ignorance about the snail's ecological importance, leading to resistance and, alarmingly, apathy. Consider a town surrounded by habitats of rare land snail species, where locals see snails as pests, squashing them without a second thought. When conservationists arrive, tensions rise as both sides dig in their heels, and the snails suffer. Without community backing, conservation efforts falter, leading to misunderstandings that can spawn initiatives that are not only ineffective, but potentially destructive. Imagine a project to create sanctuaries for these snails. Without local emotional support, those sanctuaries risk being ignored or worse, destroyed. The smallest creatures can trigger massive ripple effects when emotional connections are overlooked. So, how do we avert this crisis? It starts with understanding the emotional landscape. Conservationists must empathize with the community's fears and values. It's not just about saving snails, it's about weaving a narrative that unites everyone. Next time you encounter a land snail, reflect on what it truly signifies. It's more than just a shell, it represents a critical conversation about empathy, community, and conservation. True preservation transcends mere facts, it's about touching hearts and minds. The stakes are high, and the smallest creatures can teach us the most significant lessons. Don't ignore the warning signs, every action counts. Have you ever wondered what a land snail might be feeling? You might be surprised to learn that our misunderstandings about their emotional intelligence can significantly impact conservation efforts. This topic could reshape everything we think about these small creatures. Picture this: you're in a lush forest, surrounded by life. Most people overlook them, thinking they're just snails. But what if their stress signals are actually cries for help? What if they're trying to communicate something crucial? When we misinterpret their emotions, we risk jeopardizing entire conservation initiatives. Imagine dedicating resources to save a species without grasping the emotional challenges they face daily. It's like trying to fix a car without knowing how it works. You might think you're helping, but you could be causing more harm. Let's talk about stress signals. Have you ever seen a snail retreat into its shell? This is merely a reflex, it's a form of communication. Yet, many conservationists overlook these signs, assuming the snails are just being shy. This misunderstanding can lead to incorrect assessments of their habitats and ineffective protection plans. Consider this scenario: a conservation team creates a beautiful new environment for a group of snails, believing it's perfect. However, the snails feel overwhelmed by the sudden change and retreat into their shells, stressed and confused. The team walks away thinking they've succeeded, while the snails silently suffer. Now, imagine if we learned to interpret those subtle signals. What if we could distinguish between a stressed snail and one that's simply resting? Small changes in our approach could make a big difference, but this requires a shift in perspective, moving beyond surface-level observations. The situation is serious. Conservationists are losing touch with the very creatures they aim to protect. As we delve deeper into this issue, the stakes become even higher. Ignoring these emotional cues increases the risk of population declines that could have been prevented. Are we really willing to let this happen? So, what can we do? It all starts with awareness. We need to truly listen to the snails and their environment. Simple adjustments in our conservation methods can foster healthier ecosystems. Learning to interpret their stress signals could unlock new strategies for their survival. As we reflect on this, consider how minor shifts in our perceptions can lead to significant changes in the world around us. The next time you encounter a snail, take a moment to think about what it might be feeling. Let's not let misunderstandings about their emotions push them into silence. If you found this information enlightening, please share it. Together we can raise awareness and change the narrative for these often overlooked creatures. Did you know that our understanding of land snails might be more fragile than their shells? Imagine if these tiny creatures could reveal a much larger mystery. This is just about snails, it's about the hidden dangers that can emerge from our emotional ties to nature. Many people see conservation as straightforward: protect the environment, and species will thrive. However, there's a twist that often gets overlooked. Emotional intelligence, or ability to connect with the world around, displays an unexpected role. When this connection is misunderstood, the consequences can be significant. Picture yourself in a vibrant forest where land snails glide silently among the leaves. You feel a deep bond with this serene environment. But what if I told you that misinterpreting this emotional link could actually harm the ecosystem you cherish? It's a sobering thought, isn't it? Let's break it down. People often advocate for conservation with genuine passion. But if that emotional drive isn't grounded in true understanding, it can lead to misguided actions. Imagine a community rallying to protect a snail habitat, believing they're making a positive impact. Yet, their well-meaning efforts might unintentionally disrupt the delicate balance they aimed to preserve. As tensions rise, the stakes become clearer. What if the very methods we use to save these creatures could actually contribute to their decline? It's a paradox that challenges everything we think we know. Your heart may be in the right place, but is your understanding? Consider the reasons behind these emotional disconnects. Think about the volunteers who spend weekends cleaning habitats. Their intentions are noble, but without awareness of the snail's unique needs, they might be causing more harm than good. It's a troubling reality happening worldwide. Now, as we untangle this complex web, let's raise the stakes. Imagine an entire species on the brink of extinction because well-meaning humans misinterpret the emotional signals from their environment. This is just an abstract idea, it's a real crisis. So what can we do? First, we need to cultivate awareness and embrace a deeper understanding of emotional intelligence as it relates to nature. Learn to listen not just to your feelings, but to the ecosystems around you. This approach can transform conservation efforts from misguided to meaningful. Take a moment to reflect on your relationship. The next time you find yourself in a beautiful landscape,